At the time, I would describe myself as being in love with him. Which makes me want to die. This plane ticket was one way was $400. He was like, oh, you think that me and all my friends like we just borrow money and don't pay it back? And I wanted to be like, yeah. Hello everyone, it is me, Sonia.elsie here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more content from me. I would greatly appreciate it. We are about to hit 66,000. So hello guys, today we have some amazing and beautiful veggie pot stickers from Trader Joe's. I walked all the way to Trader Joe's today literally looking like a crazy person with a huge ass backpack just so I could get a bunch of snacks. Also, I hope the cars driving by is not a distraction. It is 2 in the morning, but you know, people are still driving by, so that's cool. Hey. So I've been wanting to do a gyoza pot sticker mukbang on my channel for some time now. This is a staple that I've eaten for so long, even since before I went vegan, and I went vegan almost 3 years ago in February. It's gonna be 3 years, so I'm really excited. But yeah, this is so good. Definitely would recommend. Very affordable, very easy. You can just heat it up. I also thought that, you know, just for the theme of the fact that Valentine's Day is coming up, we could talk about some funny date story times, and also a time that a man almost scammed me. They're a little cold. I did wait a bit after cooking to film this, but good. So, how you doing? Guys, if you've never watched one of my mukbang videos or you've never seen the eating show, basically I eat food with you guys and it's very chill. I don't edit it too much. If you guys watch the mukbang I did with my friend Matt, I edited that one a lot just because me and him are really funny together, and I just wanted to edit it that way. So go watch it if you like that video, because I stayed up until like 4 AM editing it, and I was seriously in a zone. I was just staring at the computer like trying to teach myself all these new edits that I had never done before. Oh, also we have soy sauce here. So, I have a funny story time. And so yeah, I'd recommend you guys grab some food, eat with me, and yeah, comment down below what you're eating if you're eating with me. If you're not eating, comment what the last meal you had below was. And it's okay if it's not vegan, you can still tell me. But I would appreciate it more if it was vegan. So, as you guys know, maybe you know, I have not been having the best luck with the dating scene recently. And, you know, I have a history of that. So, I don't want to tell too much of the story because I don't want to expose who I'm talking about. If you guys find out who I'm talking about, please do not harass this man, because I have no ill will. This is a funny story. And, you know. So basically, the story starts the first night that I get to Los Angeles. I was living with these people. Long story short, it didn't work out. But anyways, I get to the people's house and set everything up, because the plan was I was gonna live there for a couple months. And I hadn't seen my best friend Stella this has been the longest we had gone without seeing each other And because I just didn't have a chance to go to California, she didn't have a chance to come to Washington after she moved. And so I was like, you know what? Really want to see Stella. Like, let's do this. I remember vividly I request a $35 Uber, which sis would never now. But you know, I had just moved. I had like thousands of dollars in my savings account from living with my dad. Like, you know, I had no really concept of budgeting or any of that. Any of that stuff. Saving money. I mean, I did. Like, I'd been saving money, but, you know, sis would not spend that much on an Uber now. Anyways. So, unless it was somewhere far, you know, like maybe, okay, anyways, but request is Uber. I remember vividly, I get into the Uber so excited. I'm super happy. I'm like talking to my Uber driver and he does not give a fuck about what I have to say. I was like, how are you doing? And he's like, good. And I wanted an excuse to tell him I just moved to LA. And I was like, oh, how long have you lived here for? And he said something like 4 years. And I was like, oh, I just moved today. And he was like, just did not give a single flying fuck what I had to say. So, Uber to Stella's. Stella and I meet up. We are literally crying. We're so excited to see each other. And so, this night, go up to her apartment, which soon would end up being me and hers apartment. Did not know that would happen, but it did. And so her roommate is there. Her roommate's friend is there. Now, the friend I had actually met before. So, a few years ago, I traveled to an undisclosed country and met this friend and didn't really talk to him at all. He was in the friend group. He was, it was actually funny. I actually had gotten high probably the second time ever in my entire life there. Because I was like, oh, I'm in a foreign country, like, my friends are smoking weed, I should do it too. So I was just really quiet and kind of just, like, laying around, and I was also super cold. So, wasn't really talking to anyone. But I briefly met him. And just did not think anything of him. Thought he was cool, whatever. So, get to Stella's apartment. And he's there. And, you know, didn't think anything of it. I was like, cool. Love a bro situation. They were like, let's celebrate. You just got to LA. I was like, yes, cool. Let's do that. Sounds awesome. And at this point, I remember vividly sitting on the couch of Stella's apartment being like, holy shit, what did I just do? Because that month was kind of crazy for me. I had broken up with my boyfriend of 2 years because he didn't want to move to LA and because we just weren't really on the same wavelength anymore, and he wanted to move to another state, and I was like, bruh, you're not holding me back any longer. I'm gonna do my own thing. So anyways, I'm getting off topic. I was sitting on the couch, I was just thinking so much. I was so excited to be there, but I was kind of like, holy shit. So we started drinking a little bit, you know, it's casual. And, so, oh, is it raining? No. Yeah, start drinking a little bit. Me and this guy get a little flirty. I was kind of like, whoa, what's going on? I'd never really experienced this. I never partied in my hometown, ever. Like, rare. One time I was invited to a Halloween party. Like, I was kind of a loser. Still am, I'm just kidding. But, you know, I just didn't really have a lot of friends. Stella was pretty much like my only friend. And like I didn't really have any friends. Like I wasn't popular in school, and like out of school I was even less popular. And at the place I used to work at, weren't really a lot of people my age. I guess they were either way younger or like way older than me, so I just didn't like, I mean not that much younger, but you know, just not really. It was really hard for me to make friends, so I just never really partied, and so I was like, whoa. What's going on? This guy's flirting with me. So, it was from that night on that at the time I would describe myself as being in love with him. Which makes me want to die. Because I just thought he was really cute. I was just very attracted to him. Dad, if you're watching this, just maybe don't watch this one. Oh my god, funny story. I know this is off topic, but my dad was like, I was painting the house the other day. My dad's painting the house, my childhood house, because he's getting ready to sell it. So if any of you guys are looking to buy a house in Bellingham, Washington, fucking hit up my dad. But anyways. So, he said he was watching my video and that he heard me say, like, Dad, if you're watching this, don't watch. But I'm very appreciative that my dad is very supportive of my YouTube channel. So thank you, Dad, for not making fun of me and not saying that it's dumb and that millennials are weird. Because I know a lot of parents like that. But anyways. So this boy, ever since that night, we just clicked. We had the best chemistry ever. And I just wanted to listen to him talk all the time. Like he could just sit in front of me and just tell me everything, and I just wanted to know everything about him. I wanted to know what he liked, what he didn't like, his childhood, his fear. Like I have not felt that way about that many people. So, me being a little Pisces ass bitch was like, this is the one, guys. This is the one. This is the guy. And looking back, I know he did not see me in that way at all. If anything, he saw me as like literally a friend. But he was very intelligent, and I think he knew that I really liked him, and I think that he knew that he could kind of like manipulate me. And so, like, you know, he was kind of a part of the friend group. When we would hang out, we would all kind of hang out. And so at parties, he would like try and make me jealous, like flirting with other girls in front of me, but then coming back to me and just like, you know, playing that shit, kind of messing with my head. And I was just like, oh my god, like, what's going on? This is the love of my life. Bitch, what the fuck? So, this boy, one day, hanging out with all of our friends that lived in this apartment complex. And so, a bunch of the bros that we were hanging out with were like, okay, we're gonna go play some basketball. We lived kind of like by this little park. And they asked me and the guy, we should give him a name. Let's name him Jimmy, like Jimmy Neutron. So me and Jimmy were like, no, we're just gonna hang back at the apartment. Everyone was like, okay. Me and Jimmy back at the apartment. And he's like sweet talking me. He's telling me how beautiful I look. And then he starts telling me about one of his family members who was sick and how he didn't really get along with his family member, but that he knew it was the right thing to do to see them. And so, you know, me and the, like, I was just very empathetic because I don't get along with my mom, and I know exactly what he was going through. And I told him about that, and we had like really bonded over that, so I thought. And so he was telling me about that. He was talking about how he'd have to go back to the country that he was originally from. And he was telling me all this, and I was like, wow, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm here if you need anything. Like, you know, if you need someone to talk to. And so he's like, thank you. Like, I'll take you up on that. And so I remember he was like cooking food or something. And he asks me, do you have a credit card? And I was like, oh yeah. Like, I thought that maybe he had a question about like credit or credit cards or whatever. Can I use it to buy a plane ticket back to unnamed country because the price is gonna change soon? He gave me like this really weird excuse. And I was like, wait, what? Like, wait, what? Like, excuse me? And I was like, what? And he was like, I'll pay you back in cash tomorrow, like if you buy it with your credit card today. And I was like, sis, what? And y'all might make fun of me for this. I was so close to doing it, like so close. And this plane ticket was one way was $400. That is a lot of fucking money. I don't know about you guys, but that's a lot of money. And me at 19, no. Yeah, just turned 19, like just freshly 19. I had money saved up, but few months of rent later and that shit was gone. So like, I did not have a lot of money. And he starts like trying to guilt trip me. He's like, oh, well, like, you know, I do the same for you. And like, he also, his friend owed my other friend money, and he was like, oh, you think that me and all my friends, like, we just borrow money and don't pay it back? And I wanted to be like, yeah. And it was just so bizarre. And so he tried to convince me for a solid few minutes, and I was just like, my bank is, I was making up all these excuses. I was like, well, my bank isn't in California, so if you gave me cash, I wouldn't be able to deposit it back to my account. I'd have to spend it, and like, I don't like having cash, and that's a lot of money. And he was like, he literally said to me, he must have been looking at my phone or whatever, because, you know, most people have like apps on their phone where they can view their bank account and stuff. But he was like, I saw you on your phone the other day, like you have enough money for the plane ticket. I just, no. Like, this is kind of when I realized that this boy, he knew that I liked him. He totally knew. And he was completely manipulating me to get shit out of me. So guys, I was not a dumbass, and I didn't do it. I didn't buy the ticket with I'm so thankful for him because I know that he would have not paid me back. And there's nothing I could have done. Like, there's not a single thing I could have done. I could sue him, but like, for what? He's not an American. It's really hard to sue. So I've heard. Overseas. It was just not gonna happen. Supposed to sue for like $400. I mean, I guess you can sue for amounts like that, but I feel like it'd cost more to like hire a lawyer, and then it would just not even be worth it. So I'm so glad I did not. But wow, I was obsessed with this boy. Like, I almost did it because I was like, you know, you're right, like, I'm so sorry about your family member, like, blah, 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 but, yo, he was just manipulating me. It was so hard. You guys always get mad at my small bites in these mukbang videos, and all I can say is I'm not a Veronica Wang, you know, like, I don't know about you guys, but I can't shovel food into my mouth. Like, that makes me sick. I have one other, like, funny kind of, like, date story. It's not really that funny, but it's just, like, whatever. So I've been using Hinge for, like, a while. Just to, you know, go on some dates. Hang. So far, it has not been a success whatsoever, and I don't really know why I keep doing it, but, you know, I just have this hope that I'm just one day gonna meet someone that just sweeps me off my feet, and I'm gonna be like, whoa. So this one guy, and this guy is was extremely nice. Like, nothing against him personally. Just a bit odd. So he asks me if I want to go to this cafe. And I guess it's one of those cafes. LA has quite a few of them that are open 24 hours, and it's like they serve just all types of food all throughout the day. Like breakfast, lunch, dinner, tea, coffee, drinks, like random. Maybe not drinks. Maybe. But you know, all kinds of stuff all throughout the day. So I was looking at the menu. I was like, okay, cool, there's vegan options. But looking back, keep in mind, he just said, do you want to meet at this cafe? And I was like, okay, cool, like, whatever. Sounds fun. He seemed really nice. He was very cute. He was a bit older. He was like 31. But what can I say? So he messages me and he says he's gonna bring his dog. And so I was like, huh. You know, for a lot of people this would be an ideal situation. And maybe you judge me for having it not be an ideal situation for me. But for me, I love dogs and I love animals so much. It's pretty much why I'm vegan. Definitely not for health, because you see what the fuck I'm eating. But anyways, I love animals, but there's a time and a place for a dog. And I was like, okay, you know, whatever. Maybe this dog's super nice, or maybe it's his service animal or something. Like, I'm not one to judge. So I meet him, and he doesn't really look like his photo. And I'm like, okay, you know, good start. Love that. But he has the dog, and I'm like, oh, cool. Like, I ask, and I'm not sure if this is rude to ask, but I don't feel like I asked in a rude way, but let me know if this is rude. I just asked him, I was like, oh, is your dog like a service dog? Because I just wanted to know why he would bring the dog with him. The dog was super nice, by the way. But he was like, oh no, she's just I just really love her and I want to spend as much time with her as possible. And I was like, okay, fair enough. Like, who am I to judge? Bring your dog, that's cool. Like, we're in a public place. We're not like, you know. So, we sit outside of this cafe. And we're just sitting there talking, you know. He seems really oh my god, I keep dropping it. This is getting so salty. So, he seems super nice, and we're just talking. He's very sciencey, very, like, nerdy. He's also, like, training to be a pilot. And he was like, oh, I follow, like, I was telling him about, I was like, oh, I have a friend that's a pilot. And then I said my friend Matt, and was talking about his Instagram, and he was like, oh, I follow him. And I was like, oh, that small world. But, we're sitting at this cafe talking, and he's telling me a lot about, like, science things, and he's being really nice, like, engaging me in conversation, asking me a lot of questions, which I liked, but I didn't feel, like, any chemistry between us. So we're sitting outside of this cafe, like, on the outside tables, for probably, like, 30 minutes, just talking. No, not getting any food, not getting any water. And his dog is kind of, like, getting antsy. Like, his dog is under the table, just kind of, like, standing up. And, like, when the dog stands up, the dog will, like, move the table because it's, like, a metal table that's not super strong. So, sitting here with this dog keeps moving the table. And I'm like, because I was getting a little hungry at this point. I didn't eat dinner because I was like, okay, he asked me if he wanted to meet at this cafe. Maybe I'm crazy, but when you ask someone if they want to meet at a food place and it's your first time meeting, it's usually implied that you're getting food. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm just expecting too much, but I was under the impression that we were going there to eat. Not saying that I expected him to pay or anything. I definitely believe that it should be, like, an equal responsibility. And if someone offers, you know, that's cool. But it shouldn't be something that's, like, expected, you know? Let me sip some water. So I say lightly, I'm like, oh, I don't think they know we're here. Meaning the waiters, the waitresses. They were kind of walking around, but we were kind of in a corner of the outside area on the tables. So, he doesn't say anything. He gets up and then he grabs me a water. And I'm like, so we're not, like, I didn't want to say anything more because I was just like, what? Like, maybe, I was trying to think in my head, like, why he would invite me to a cafe if he didn't want us to get food. So I was thinking some scenarios, random scenarios. This could be reaching. Maybe he was married and he told his wife he was going to go walk the dog, and in that time met up with me and didn't want to get any food at this cafe because then it would alert the credit card of where he was. Another theory I had. Maybe this was some kind of, like, Meninist thing where he wanted to see, like, what my reaction would be if he just, like, invited me somewhere. Excuse me. Sorry. And, like, we didn't get food or anything. Maybe that was, like, a test. But I didn't want to be rude. I didn't want to say anything because, you know, maybe he didn't want to get any food. Maybe he wasn't hungry and he didn't want to order anything. So yeah, it was just, like, super weird. Because it was just super weird because it was like, I'm just like, why do you invite me to a restaurant, a cafe / restaurant, if we're not gonna be getting food? Like, I have no problem paying for the food, paying for my own food, splitting it, you know, whatever. But I was so bizarre to me. I want to know if any of you guys have ever experienced this. Because, like, I don't know. But yeah, I was thinking maybe he was married or something. Had to take the dog for a walk. A little walk. But yeah, so by the end of the date, obviously I was really nice to him the whole time. But I was just so annoyed because I had not eaten dinner. I had listened to him kind of like drone on about science for a couple hours. No food. No food. No food. I was very hungry. And yeah, so there was not a second date. Thank God. But yeah. It was a really weird experience. I don't know what it is. Me and men, we just doesn't always work out really ever. Well, anyways, you guys, I know I only ate half of it, but if you have watched my mukbangs, you know that I like can never finish it. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If I seem a little tired throughout this video, I'm very sorry. It's literally 2 in the morning. And I wanted to film now because there's less background noise now, and usually there's the lovely sound of people screaming and people partying and, you know, just that kind of stuff that happens throughout the late afternoon, early evening, whatever the fuck. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you are not already subscribed to my freaking channel, please subscribe. Thank you so much to all the new subscribers recently. I am so blessed, and I really appreciate you guys following me and listening to what I have to say, and, you know, just following my life. I'm so thankful for you guys, so thank you guys so much. I know I don't say that enough, but I am so grateful. If you watched until the end of the video, comment pot sticker gang, and once I see that comment, I'll know that you were an OG. Watch until the very end. But yeah, anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye, everyone!